So when you started door knocking,
Yeah.
because you didn't have open houses to tell people about it. So what were you saying? Like, you're brand new.
Yeah.
You really don't know much. You don't know much about real estate.
What do you say?
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what are
Okay.
you talking?
Yeah. So that's exactly what. So I'm going to plug somebody else that taught me this. Jaime Corona was the one who taught me, and he taught me how to door knock. And he taught me at Bold is where we did this, and I show up with a flyer in hand, and I have the market statistics on there.
Okay.
Those market statistics are for that specific neighborhood.
Okay.
Normally, it's really hard to get your hands on that kind of information, right? If you're just a regular consumer, right?
Right.
So that's something of value that nobody else is giving out, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so we're very specific about what we had on there. We had the number of actives, the number of pendings, and then included in there what the months of inventory were.
Okay.
And we put in there what that meant. So like if it's 2.5 months of inventory, we said, yep, this is a seller's market, and
Right.
varying degrees of how strong it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we would put that on there as well. We'd also put average days on market, and then we would also not include very specifically price per square foot,
Right.
because neighborhoods, if you're in a neighborhood that ranges from $300,000 to $600,000, and the average price
Right.
per square foot is high, and you've got a $600,000 buyer that's expecting that same price per square foot, they're like you're in there on that listing appointment, and they're gonna throw your butt out of that listing appointment. Like, you told me that I could get this for my house, right?
Right.
So we would specifically avoid that for those reasons.
Got it.
Okay.
So the give.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay,
You
go ahead.
gave something.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what I found in real estate and just things in general, is that every time you pick up the phone to call somebody, you knock on their door, you meet them anywhere, you need to be bringing something of value to that, because otherwise they've wasted their time having even had that conversation with you.
Right.
So always be bringing something of value at any given time.
Right. So you started with 200 doors a day. How many days a week?
That's 5 days a week.
200 doors a day, 5 days a week. So that's 1,000 doors.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And in 2 years, you closed 102 families for 24 million. I'm thinking that those numbers work.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. I mean, and this is the thing.
There's no excuse.
No. And the thing is, and this is what was always funny to me, is I always envisioned myself while I was walking, right? Like, because I'm picturing people seeing this dude walking around their neighborhood with like flyers.
He's back. He's on the
Exactly.
streets again.
Exactly. And I was thinking, I can't wait till I'm that guy that makes like $500,000 a year, whatever, right? $700,000 a year, and is out here sweating, passing out flyers in the neighborhood. Because I think that type of stuff is cool to me, right?
Yeah.
Like you are willing to do something that no one else is willing to do.
Yeah. Just because you quote unquote made it, whatever that means, it doesn't mean you stop doing where you are in that moment. So there's
so true. We always come to that.
Yes.
We come back to that. So there's a transition. So because door knocking is still a very, very much a part of your business. And I know you had mentioned to us that it's a part of how you coach your agents, right? So for you, it's like, hey, this is the way we do it. And it's proven because I can prove it. I did it.
Yep.
So, but there's this transition from door knocking with the give on market info. You've got traction in the marketplace. People know who you are and your team. So now you're into a different form or a different purpose in door knocking. There's still a give. So talk to us about, like you had mentioned, community. So why don't we talk about that part now?
Sure. And that's one of the cool things that I've always been passionate about is community. We kind of talked about this earlier before we started recording about situations like in high school football and whatnot, about where that's like an intense thing, and how important I think that is, that people are connected, right? So one of the things that we kind of evolved in is like ways that we can give back to the community. And so one of the things is we now do food truck open houses. Well, we've been doing it for 2 years now. These food truck open houses, we are free to everybody. And what's weird is that people are like really hesitant because they think that there's like like we're going to take blood samples or something from them, right? Like there's no, what's going on here?
The person that grabs you at the mall. Yeah, that's kind of like
And so it's true. And what we've tried to do, because I thought it would catch on faster, right? Just like full disclosure. I thought that people would just be like, oh, this guy's giving out the ice cream. Let's go check it out. Well, exactly that happened. It almost seemed like it was too much, right? To just give it away. Well, we continue to do it. And what we began to tell people is, hey, the ice cream's for the neighbors and, the house is for the potential buyer.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is it's a win-win for everybody, right?
Right.
The neighborhood gets free ice cream. Just the guests that come check out the house get ice cream. The buyers get to see a really neat house. The sellers have a ton of people that show up at their open house,
Right.
Yeah.
which then creates a sense of urgency for buyers to buy.
Mm-hmm.
The offers are higher, right? And our statistics prove it. Like you can go look them up and stuff on HAR and whatnot.
Wow.
And everything that we do anyways is targeted towards those first 14 days, because statistically it shows that you're going to get highest and best for your house in those first 14 days.